Hi, I'm Ian from Bears in Trees. I play bass and I sing. We're currently on the road with Noahfinnce, being the direct support, and this is my gear that I've been using on the road. We're from the UK, we're touring the United States at the moment, so there are some differences. The key and only difference for me is that my pedals are just going to be on the floor like this. So if anyone wants to chastise me about how any of these pedals are up in the comments, I'll let you know when it's a legitimate criticism or when it's just, hey man, airport baggage has to be a certain weight, so that's for you. This is my bass. You don't play the bass like that. It's a Fender Jaguar. It's got both jazz bass pickups and P bass pickups, which I can control here, but obviously I keep them both up because got to keep it Kurt Cobain and just have everything on maximum, which I will completely go against later. It has an ebony neck fretboard, which is very sexy, and yeah, I just like how it looks, you know. I saw it in a guitar shop and was like, this looks really great. Picked it up, played it, sounds really great as well. Much better than my old, very cheap bass that I used to use. The strings I use 105 to 50 Ernie ball strings, just because I like having a little bit thicker on this high end. Not that I use it very much, but you know. I use a standard tuning. Well, how do you tune a bass? Jeez. Eddie ate dynamite good, so E-A-D-G. I think it's in tune at the moment. You'll never know, I'm not hooked up to anything. And I typically use a pick. This is a Topo Chico pick that I got for free. Is there any other pick with actual sizings on? I go from about 0.7 to 1 millimeter for my pick, because that just feels right and doesn't give me a hand cramp when I try and do it. But sometimes I do use my fingers on some songs. I'll do this stuff sometimes if I feel like it, if I want that big sound. But yeah, that's the actual instrument itself. This is a strap I got on Amazon because I like the. It looks like the art of like Edvard Munch or Egon Schiele. I'm very into art, like visual art, and it gives me the vibe of like German expressionism, which I think is quite cool. Bit edgy, but not like, yeah, biker metal with the skulls. But it does have this thing, which is very helpful. It's got my picks in it. On tour in the US, we didn't want to bring the attached to microphone clip pick things because extra weight. Don't want to be dealing with that, so I get to put them in there and they get kept nice and safe. But yeah. So this is a fairly standard chromatic tuner that I have set to just chromatic scale rather than bass scale, because I find it easier when I can see the notes. I have this one specifically because I had a much cheaper one, and we had our front of house basically come up one day and said, I'm getting you a new tuner right now because that one is too bad. And I was like, it mutes and tells me when it's ridiculously out of tune, and that's all I really need to know. No one's listening to the bass. Currently we've got I'm plugged in with a UK plug into this US extension cable. That's not normally what it's like when we're in the UK, because we just have normal plug sockets. America, get 3 prongs. It's safer. Earth, grounding. I don't know what the difference is. So I go into the input, as you normally do, and out via the output. I've stuck a bit of tape over the bypass, because that is one frequent problem I do, is plug it into the wrong bit. And then the power is just daisy chained over. It's not a legitimate criticism that I'm daisy chaining. I usually use a power block, but it's too heavy. And also, again, it's just kind of on the floor. Now this is the real piece of loveliness. This is my bass DI. I don't use an amp when on the road, because I like to give the front of house as much control as possible over everything. So just having that blasting through the PA is all I really need. I've got in-ears, so I don't need to really worry about that. I have it normally just set to this, as you can see from the stickers. The reason I keep it pretty consistent is because I can't be bothered to sit and twiddle every day. This works for me, and so I kept it the same. But if you want to know what each of those things are, we've got a 3-part EQ. That's actually wrong at the moment, which I just keep nice and even. It's got a distortion, which I keep on for most of the time, because with our setup, we've got a bass and a guitar, and with Nick doing some leady parts, we want a lot of fuzz and low end to carry that kind of rhythm section through. And this effect thing, I have no idea what it does. It makes everything louder and sound better. So I just keep that on. And again, this button says color. I keep that on as well. because it sounds better. Again, I have no idea what it actually does. So that would be a legitimate criticism if you want to give it to me online. Anyway, we've got, this is the volume of the pre-distortion. So if it's off, it'll be going off this volume, and if distortion's on, it'll be going on this one. Because the distortion adds a lot of high end, I keep this one slightly higher so that you can keep that bass driving through. Then this is the distortion blend. So I keep that pretty midway so that I don't lose that high end distortion, but I don't get all that bass washed out. This is a gate trigger here, so I keep that all the way up because I tend to find that, I don't know, something about myself, I get a lot of buzz, so I just keep it right up so that all you're getting is those big, beefy bass notes. And then this is the gain, again, slightly higher because it gives me a bit more of that distortion push. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's only off for like 2 songs, and then I end up turning it on during the songs anyway, because generally, distortion is better. That's all from me, folks. To the weather. This is my favorite case in the whole world. This is our Inky case. We only got it recently. I spray painted it because I thought I wanted it to look nice, and then the spray paint kind of looked gross, so I kept spray painting it because more is more, people. People who say less is more are liars. It's got Nick's guitar in at the moment. We've got this especially because we were coming to the States. Last couple of times we came out here, we had to use higher basses or guitars or use other people's, and it's just nice to use one that you're used to, that you know. So it's like nice to bring this out, but it's got foam in it, it's got our strings in it, it has a box, here it is. This box, which I keep all my pedals in and some stuff. Allen keys. But yeah, these are my strings. Aren't they pretty? That's me, Ian, from Bears in Trees. Listen to us wherever you listen to music. Our most recent EP, Every Moonbeam, Every Fever Dream, is out anywhere you want to listen to it, but you can listen to whatever you like. And you can find all of our information, tour dates, social media and merch, all on our website, bearsandtrees.com. See you there. And thank you to Wanjo Guitars on Denmark Street, London, for selling me that bass. I'm looking after it the best way I know how to. Thank you, peoples.